Welcome back to Sip2Tally Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and today we're going to continue with our subjects, the 2026 draft, and we're still talking about offensive linemen. Today's subject, Blake Miller, 6'6", 315 pounds from Clemson. Let's talk about his past before we get into some analytics and some traits for Blake. 2022 in Clemson, so all 4 years in Clemson, 944 snaps, 64 pass grade, 77 run grade, 10 penalties. 2023, 958 snaps, 73 pass grade, 71 run grade, 6 penalties. 2024, 935 snaps, 76 pass grade, 69 run grade, 1 penalty. Then his last season, 875 snaps, 84 pass grade, 73 run grade with 5 penalties. A few analytics for Blake. 42nd in snaps, just from tackles only. Tackles only with a certain amount of snaps, like your guys that may have played 1 or 2 games, they're not included in this. But 42nd in snaps taken. 21st PFF offensive grade, 78.5. 35th run blocking grade, 73.3. 13th pass blocking grade, 83.5. 48th pressures allowed with only 14. 19th pass block efficiency with 98.4. 96th in true pass rush pressures allowed with 11. And what those 11 were 2 sacks, 2 hits, and 7 hurries. Talk about some of his traits. And we're talking about Blake Miller here with Clemson. The good things about Blake. Hasn't missed a start his entire collegiate career while logging 950 plus snaps for almost every season, except for this last one. Impressive natural bend and flexibility for his size, allowing him to maintain leverage against diverse pass rushers. Heavy hands that can stun defenders on initial contact. When he lands his punch with the proper timing, edge rushers get jarred off their rush path and struggle to recover their momentum. Shows flashes of nasty finishing in the run game. He drives defenders off the ball with a persistent leg turn and trying to bury opponents when he sees the vulnerability to do so. Exhibits advanced understanding of angles and pass protection, particularly against wide rushers. And he's talking about those guys that love to get in those wide nines, and you got to kind of get out of that kick. You got to get depth and width fast. Displays quick mental processing when handling stunts and twists, communicates effectively with guards, and rarely gets caught flat-footed on defensive line games. He maintains composure under pressure, showing minimal degradation in technique, and versatility to play both tackle spots at a high level. He can play left and right tackle. All right, the weaknesses. Tends to play with too inconsistent pad level. If you get too high, you're probably going to lose, especially when you go on the second level. Those linebackers will get some momentum going and will jack you up if your pad level is high. Hand placement can be erratic. Sometimes them hands don't hit their landing spots. You want to shoot for under that breastplate and get those hands inside and inside the framework of the defender. Sometimes that don't happen. His kick step occasionally becomes rigid and mechanical to elite speed. So those guys that can fly off the edge, those speed rushers, they give him problem. Ankle remains a work in progress. Guys that's tall and I say slender at 315, but that's what he is. 6'6", 315, the kind of slender guy. You got to work on that anchor and dropping your butt and sinking them hips. And then lastly, shows some hesitation in attacking moving targets in space, takes extra gathering steps before engaging linebackers, which leads to whiff blocks on screens and pulls. So he can see guys coming, and he can hone in on them, but he got to gather his feet to make sure he don't miss. And in the process of gathering his feet, he misses sometimes. So that's what we have for you for Blake Miller, 6'6", 315 pounds from Clemson. A really good prospect. And, all of them not going to be perfect. But put it in the comment section how you feel about Blake Miller. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the bell so you'll be notified when the rest of this content drops. And lastly, like the video. And on that note, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and love.